Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel, but today I am starting with moisturizing my lips. Oh my god. Have you been? And a happy new month. This thing is also very sweet, so I might end up like how have you been since last week? Thank you so much for your support on last week's video. So today I am back again with a brand new video. If you're new here, my name is the amazing, the one and only, the determined, I am looking for another adjective with the word D and I cannot find it. But my name is Doreen Moracha, the founder of this very amazing, beautiful channel and the host of this amazing, beautiful YouTube channel. And I teach and educate and entertain and inform you on matters of HIV, including what is happening, what's new, and what we have currently ongoing in terms of research, HIV prevention, and treatment. And today my glasses are from La Paix, Kenya. Please check them out. And if you use my code MORA, because I am one of their brand ambassadors, you get a discount, okay? Are we together? You know what I'm saying? So use my code MORA and do not suffer with bad eyesight. Refuse to suffer because of bad eyesight. Today, I am here telling you about a very interesting thing that is on the injectable PrEP. So I have done a video about HIV prevention before. I have talked about PrEP before. I have talked about PEP before, but I talked about the oral that we have, the oral medication on PrEP and PEP. PrEP and PEP are basically cousins, but two different things, but that do the same thing, but taken at very different times. So today I am only going to talk about the injectable PrEP. But before we get into injectable PrEP, because maybe you don't know what oral PrEP is, so let us start with what the oral PrEP is. So the oral PrEP, oral is medication that is tablet. Currently we have the oral PrEP in Kenya. It's free. PrEP stands for pre-exposure prophylaxis, which means pre is taken before. The target market for PrEP is basically people who are highly at risk of getting HIV. It's taken by HIV negative individuals who are highly at risk of getting HIV, who are now administered with this wonderful pill to prevent them from getting HIV in the first place. What happens with oral PrEP is you take it 7 days before having unprotected sex, and you take it for as long as you are having unprotected sex with your partner who maybe you know they're HIV positive, or you actually don't know their status at all, or you have more than one sexual partner and you don't know their HIV status. So when I say individual at risk, what do I mean? At risk, there are people in the HIV world who are categorized as highly at risk individuals. Way back, they used to be called MAPS. MAPS in that MARPS, most at risk populations. But then they changed. Nowadays they are called key populations, which is also another name we don't like, but we can work with it, okay? So let me tell you who these people who are highly at risk or are. One, it's discordant couples. Discordant couples is basically like my mom and my dad. If you're new here, I was born with HIV. My parents are a HIV discordant couple. My mother is HIV positive. My mom is HIV. My dad is HIV negative. I almost forgot. My dad is HIV negative. My mom is HIV positive. They've been married for over 30 years now. Their story is somewhere in my YouTube channel. Search for it. So if you're in such a kind of a relationship and your partner has not reached an undetectable viral load and they might transmit HIV to you, then you are administered with PrEP, because it means that each and every time you're having sex with your partner, you are exposed to getting HIV. Thing one. Thing two, or rather persons two, are people who have more than one sexual partner. So, for example, people who live in Nairobi, let me just say it like that. People who live in Nairobi, they have more than one sexual partner. So, if you live in Nairobi, you are eligible to go for PrEP. People three, these are people who are called MSMs, which are men who have sex with men. Remember, I did not say gay men. There's a difference between gay men and men who have sex with men. I can just decide that I am going to explore and have sex with a man. It does not make me gay. It just means that I am pansexual, which is a whole different thing. I will talk about that in another video. For now, I am talking about men who have sex with men. They are highly at risk because anal sex is one of the most at risk. It's, I think, the second after vaginal sex that exposes people to a new HIV infection. So men who have sex with men are also involved in this category. Long distance truck drivers are also in this category, and also female sex workers. So all of these people are considered at risk, and they are eligible for PrEP. In fact, when scientists were creating PrEP, they had them in mind. PrEP is taken 7 days before sex. So if you have a discordant if you're in a discordant relationship and it is a marriage and you're planning to get babies, and your partner is not undetectable. If you don't know what undetectable is, there is a video passing up here. Please click on it and watch. So you take PrEP 7 days, and then maybe in those 7 days you probably might have had sex. It's a marriage, so you can use condoms apo katikati, because by that time PrEP is not effective in your blood system. So after 7 days, it is very effective. Now you can go ahead and start making babies, because that was the whole intention in the first place. If you are a man who has sex with men and you don't plan on using protection, then you are supposed to have unprotected. You are supposed to start your PrEP 7 days earlier, so that by the time, if you are planning to have sex on Sunday, you start on this Sunday and then you finish next Sunday. Your 7 days effectiveness will have kicked in. But then you don't stop after 7 days. You continue taking your PrEP for as long as you are at risk, or rather for as long as you're having unprotected sex with your many partners. So if your partner is planning to take you to Dubai to shake your ass on a yacht and you don't know their HIV status and they have refused to test, you start taking PrEP today for 7 days, so that on day 7, you are now climbing an aeroplane to go to Dubai. Have I explained myself? Am I clear so far? I hope we are together. So that is how the oral PrEP works. But now we are coming, and the current oral PrEP regimen is called Truvada. That is what is being offered. It's free in all public hospitals, but for you to be eligible, you must be at risk of getting HIV and you must be HIV negative. So a HIV test is done before you are put on that. So if you start taking PrEP without getting tested and then you get HIV ukombele, it means that probably you were on your window period. But then if you start taking PrEP on your window period, you will still turn out HIV positive, because in your window period, the HIV antibodies are already in your blood system. They're just not yet active. Yes, you might test negative, but it does not mean that you're HIV negative. It's just the window period. I'll do a video about the window period because I realize it's something that most people don't know. Now, on the injectable PrEP, this is going to be a game changer. I love the injectable PrEP because, one, especially for women, for both female sex workers, trans and cisgender women, this is going to be a game changer. The injectable PrEP is an injection of an ARV called cabotegravir. By the way, even Truvada is an ARV. It's just that it's used for HIV negative people. Called cabotegravir, or you can call it Kabla. I like calling it Kabla. And then it is injected for 8 weeks. You get your injection. It is like the AstraZeneca. You inject 8 weeks, you come back, you inject another PrEP. So why I say it's a game changer? Because for the injectable, it's discreet. You don't have to tell your partner. Nobody has to see you hiding around with your two drugs. Nobody has to send me pictures and ask me, Doreen, I saw this. Is this PrEP? Okay, so nobody has to be asking Doreen that kind of questions, because it's in your system. Nobody knows. If a man decides that you are going to start using a condom, and then in the middle of the night he decides, me, I am smarter than this woman, I am removing this condom and infecting them. kazi kwao kwa sababu they will not catch you, they will not catch you, they will not infect you. Okay, let me focus. So they will not infect you in case a man decides to do something like that. I use the example man because most men are the ones with this kind of behavior of they start using a condom and then somewhere along the sex they decide, I am not doing this, I am not being part of negativity, and then they remove it. So in case your partner does that during sex and you have already been injected with injectable PrEP, so the virus will be like, the PrEP will be like telling the virus, unkula hu na saraju bwana, because you are a protected human being, which is a very good thing. PrEP has currently been approved by the WHO, but then WHO said that the cabotegravir needs to be done a little bit of adjustment. So the adjustment is being done. Did it have it had a human trial, and in fact some of the human trial was done on women, cisgender women. For the first time, women were used for a research, so that is a plus for us. Congratulations. And Kenya was one of the countries that did the human trials. And what else was I supposed to say? And as that is being said, PrEP is not yet in the market, the injectable one, but it's going to be soon. It's been approved, so we're just waiting for the twitches. But it had the side effect. It had some of the people who were part of the trial experienced nausea, there's a little bit of pain on the injection pad, but nothing very serious. The oral PrEP, though, before it kicks in, it has a lot of side effects, a lot. But once it kicks in, everything is good to go. So it all depends. And a lot of people don't like being on treatment because of the pill burden. The only reason why the injectable overweighs the oral is basically because the injectable is discreet and easy to use. The oral is a daily pill burden, and most of the people don't like the daily pill part. People, even us who take ARVs every day, we do not like them, but now we have to, because if we don't, the virus is going to itamea pembe. I don't know that in English. It will grow ons. Anyway, so I am looking forward to the injectable PrEP. I know it's going to be a game changer. I know it's going to be one of the best things that we ever received in the HIV prevention world. I know that there are other HIV prevention measures, such as voluntary male circumcision. We have treatment as prevention, which is U equals U. We have condoms, which are like the longest type of HIV prevention, and which is actually the safest, by the way, the best, because that one prevents you against other things. Because remember, PrEP only prevents you against HIV, only. But these other ones, what is it called? But the condom, it prevents you against HIV, STIs, and any unplanned pregnancy. So that is the only reason why a condom overweighs all of the other HIV prevention methods. And it doesn't mean that just because you are injected with PrEP, you cannot use a condom. You can always use a condom, especially if you are not ready to get a child. But if you're ready to get a child, wachana na condom, go ahead and pare. Okay, so as I was saying, it is a game changer. It is one of the best things that can happen to us, but it does not mean that we stop using the other existing HIV prevention methods. It means that we just scale them up and just be the better, best individuals that we have ever been, and we continue reaching towards zero new HIV infections. That is the goal at the end of the day. So thank you so much. I have talked a lot, but I hope that you get to learn, and I hope that I get to teach you something every week on my YouTube channel. So as I am finishing and closing and saying bye-bye, please, the red button, just Finilia subscription. By the end of the year, let's reach 15,000 subscribers. That I am manifesting 15,000 subscribers on this channel, so that we close the year with a bang. Okay, bye bye. See you next week.